Divine truth is designed to help you progress in all of your circumstances in your daily lives, such as having a growing relationship with God if you are sincere and getting out of stagnation, understanding the path to God and her way, understanding your blocks and addictions, learning how to take responsibility for your own life, grow in love and respond to the truth, understanding your issues with anger, sexual projection, and spirit influence, learning about physical things that help you on the divine love path, connecting with your pain, and giving you encouragement and truth. Here is a to-do list on the divine love path. You need to listen carefully to the teachings of divine truth. Engage with the material presented to you in your day-to-day life. Otherwise, it won't benefit you. Prepare yourself to grow in love. Prepare to challenge your resistance to the truth and love. Now let's talk about the main blockages that most of us have had or will face on this path. Block number 1. Addiction-based belief systems. Most of our current belief systems are addiction-based and have nothing to do with what's right, logical, God's truth, or our life experiences. It's just totally based on what you want out of life. The problem with our experiences is that most of them are based on errors that we produced a long time ago. We're bearing the law of compensation working upon our soul for the errors of our past, and on top of that, we've got a whole heap of emotional hurt which has a filter to everything around us. We carry most of these belief systems because they help us feel good about ourselves, and that happens when we have our addictions met. In other words, we're addicted to feeling good. We have addictions, most of which we are completely or want to be unaware of, which means that most of us are so arrogant because we want to maintain our current systems. Many of us are seeing everything completely distorted, which causes a huge amount of problems in our lives. Most of our attractions to these belief systems are all based around one thing: our pain and avoiding it. One of the divine truth goals is to challenge this and help us connect with our pain. Block number 2. Your damage. We're not honest about the damage that's inside us and the damage we cause to others. This is our problem. When we start listening to new materials like divine truth, we're already listening to it with all of these addictions. We're wanting to have some of them fulfilled, even though we don't know really what these addictions are. Remember that God does not meet your addictions. God wants to have a relationship with your real self. If you've been listening to divine truth for years and your life hasn't changed yet, it's your fault that you're not applying what you've been taught. It's not Jesus and Mary's fault. There's nothing others can do for you. You're going to have to do it yourself. Things like divine truth leave us a little challenged. Divine truth is aiming to emotionally challenge us, so let yourself get challenged. It will stretch you further. Allow yourself to be stretched, but make it permanent. Otherwise, you'll go back to your old life. Divine truth will help you doing that, but it's going to involve your emotions. Let's look at a very common scenario. What happens when you have a terrible desperation to get something and all of a sudden somebody doesn't give it to you or you don't get it? What do you feel? Normally, you get angry or resistive. Sometimes we might not get angry and revert to some physical substances in order to stop the feeling, such as exercise, coffee, food, alcohol, cigarette, and so on. We also blame someone else. We tell ourselves that if our life turned into a mess, then that means that someone else must have caused it. Most of us also go into total denial. We deny that we're even angry. This is denial that formed its resistance. We are so used to resisting that we don't even get angry about it anymore. In that state, we say things like, "No, I'm not interested in this and that." We have no self-awareness or self-analysis to even why we feel the way we do. So feel your resistance and feel what it is about. Resistance always demonstrates a lack of humility. Every time you deny a problem when your life is already demonstrating it, that's not humility. Most of us get into angry places and project it at others. You think about your day-to-day life and how many times you get angry with others rather than owning it and working your way through the feeling. Very rarely people look at their addictions properly and examine them with real clarity. Block number 3. Anger. When you're angry, God stops interacting with you. When you project anger and rage at God's children, herself, or live in it, God neither interacts with you and you won't receive any love, nor she gives any attention to you. God wants you to feel your anger, and when you do that, things change. Dumping your anger on others is considered as an attack and is very unpleasant. Divine truth will help you overcome your addictions that result in dumping your anger at others rather than owning it. If you feel you don't deserve other people's anger, then why do you think others deserve yours? Remember that anger is a purposeful choice to damage another person so that you can avoid something. So what is anger and how to deal with it? You need to have somewhere to feel your anger in a loving manner and deal with it. So go away in private and work through the issues as to why you're angry. This is what we need to work on if we're ever wanting to be more loving people. Block number 4. The issue of resistance. Many people are terrified, so it prevents them from having a passionate desire for information, and particularly when it comes about the information about themselves. This is the area where most people fail on the divine love path for many years. It's because they don't want to have a real desire for personal truth. Personal truth helps you to understand where the whole concept of God's truth is breaking down inside of you. If you have a passionate desire inside of you, you won't be resistive to personal truth or even argue and fight with every point is made to you. You will go and be reflective about it, even if you disagree with it. Now let's go through some other issues most people have. Spirit influence. There's a lot of emotional pressure that are going on and many of us are unaware of. We'll find also that we have spirits around us who have guided us into maintaining our addictions for many years. Most of us are spirit influenced to quite an excessive degree. These spirits are just as scared as you are. They're just scared to see you change as you are doing it. That's because they get their addictions met through what you do, and if you stop doing that, then that means that they've got to go and find someone else who would do it for them. Sexual projection. The amount of sexual projection coming out of people is a very concerning issue among us. If you have a partner and don't appreciate other sexual projection at you, then what do you think others feel when they receive your sexual projection? Grow in love and respond to truth. When many people hear about divine truth or receive some truth, they overcome with negative responses to the truth. Then they get very angry and bitter, and at that point, many of them become overcloaked with spirits, and they never go back on the divine love path ever again. Some of these people are attacking Jesus and Mary on the net and lying about them, only because they've been personally upset about what they'd heard or said by Jesus and Mary. So be careful with these things. There are some physical things that help you on divine love path and focus on your soul. Drink between 4 to 6 liters of water. Drink 2 to 3 liters before breakfast and drink the rest of it throughout the day. Water brings up your fear. Eat only fruits for breakfast. Try to have salad with some nuts for lunch and maybe once a week cook a meal. Basically, go vegan. Sugary carbohydrates feed one of your biggest addictions, and that helps you to avoid fear. Many of our addictions depend heavily on food, and it's causing us to avoid lots of our pains. But where will you get your nutrition and protein from? Well, let me tell you something. The problem in your life is not lack of protein. You don't need to fix your diet, you need to fix your soul. What's necessary is to change your soul. Many of you have very rigid diets, do rigid things, have a ton of medicines and pills to deal with your aches and pains. But you're not understanding that every pain in your body is a complete reflection of what you're denying in your soul. It doesn't matter what you do physically. What you're doing in your soul is going to affect your life and your body. The fact that we're growing old and sick and get diseases are all caused by our souls. Most of us change our diet before we fix the reason why we changed it. So stop doing that and see the reason why you feel you have to change your diet and do something about your soul, because it's all about your soul. We need to start seeing that God has made a perfect system and body. Right now, our bodies are perfectly telling us what's wrong with our souls. By soul, it means your emotions, the feelings that you have inside of yourself that cause you to feel a certain way and cause your body to react the way it does. Honestly, what you eat is not what you are. It's what's in your soul that makes you what you currently are. It's good to know and learn what vegan foods are available, but none of that is going to fix what's in your souls. When you understand this, you'll stop focusing on your physical and start focusing on your soul. 3 most primary things in your relationship with God are faith, desire, and will. All of us need to learn how to develop a relationship with God every single day in a normal existence. We get so distracted, and before we know it, months have gone past. You haven't done prayer and haven't developed yourself. You get distracted in your codependent relationship with the spirits, and before you know it, you've got codependent relationships everywhere. This is what you need to confront if you really want to benefit from divine truth teachings. Many of you do have a desire that you want to grow, and if you can engage many of these principles which have been holding you back from the growth, you will make major changes in your life and even the way you live your life. Many of you believe you are understanding and following the way God designed for you to get closer to God, but it's just your understanding, it's not the reality. Your understanding many times still focuses around your own addictive belief systems and your own unwillingness to actually truly be repentant and truly forgive. You need to have faith in God, faith in the way she's created you, faith in what she has done for you, faith in her love, and that if you follow her way, everything will be fine. God's the best person in the universe. Fear has the biggest poster sign that says no to faith. Fear has to be dealt with. Once you've learned how to love the truth, you can experience love properly, and you'll never want to give it up after that, and you won't ever be stagnant again. Divine truth is going to introduce you to some concepts that help you open your heart to God. If you're sincere, this path will help you to break down the reasons why you stagnate. There's no guarantee though, because that will depend on the use of your will. There's nothing no one can do to change your will for you, not even God. God knows that each of you has a will that needs to be developed. So you're the person who's going to change your will. If you feel you've been benefited from the information, then feel free to share it with the world so many more people can benefit from it.